Hi viewers, welcome to Pulse of Geography. This is Professor PR. This video is regarding the recent announcement of UPSC on prelims and mains examination dates of 2020. Prelims exam as per the UPSC is going to be conducted on October 4th and mains on January 8th. After this announcement, there is a much confusion among the civil service candidates how to proceed their preparation. After this announcement, there is a much confusion among the civil service candidates, those who are giving attempt in 2020. Because before the preliminary examination, the days are increased and between the prelims and mains examination, days has been reduced. So this affects the normal schedule of a civil service candidates. So we are come up with a schedule how to manage these issues. So this schedule is now made up of three numbers: schedule number 1, 2 and 3. Schedule 1 is up to August 15, where the candidate is going to prepare both prelims and mains examination. From August 15 to prelims, they are going to prepare only for prelims, and after the preliminary examination, as usual, they are going to prepare only for mains examination. So as for now, from now to October 4th, we have a 17 weeks in our schedule. The 17 weeks are divided into two components: 10 weeks for the schedule number 1 and 7 weeks for schedule number 2. And between prelims and mains examination, there's a 13 weeks. The 13 weeks are given to the schedule number 3. So when you're moving on to the schedule number 1, let's start from the 7th of this month. That's from the Sunday. Now we start with the schedule 1. The schedule 1 covers both prelims and mains aspect topics from the GS. So here we take all the GS papers, GS 1, 2, 3 and 4. In all the papers, we divide the components into two parts. Number 1 covers only with the mains examination. So maximum covers only for mains examination, and some of the components covers both prelims and mains examination. Here we divide the components into various sectors. So just let me explain how it is. Now here we are given the 50% of the history of the world under two parts. How it should be explained? Here I am explaining. History of the world is the topics given in GS number 1. Now we are going to divide syllabus into two parts, 50%, 50%. This is based on your comfortability. You can take some tougher topics also and some easier topics also. So the 50% you are going to cover in the first schedule. The second 50% you are going to cover in the third schedule after the prelims examination. The first schedule, the total 50% of the topics, now we are dividing into two parts. There's a part number 1 and part number 2. This is two parts. Right? Now the part number 1 and part number 2 will be placed into this schedule based on our preparation methodology, right? So same way all the subject will be divided into parts and fit into the schedule. Now in GS1 we have a modern India, so we are going to cover complete modern India because it covers in prelims also. So entire modern India we are dividing into three parts. We are fixing into 3 weeks, so one parts per week. So one part we are going to cover in 1 week. So if you have two parts means 2 weeks, three parts means 3 weeks. So next we are going to move to GS2. 50% of the governance we are going to cover in 3 parts of the schedule. That is, in 3 weeks we are going to cover 50% of the governance. The 50% of the topics you have to select based on your convenience. And in the same GS2, welfare initiatives and social justice, this is you are going to cover completely, because these are almost covers government initiatives and steps taken for the welfare of the people. So almost all the yojanas will be covered in this part. So we can cover entire topics into two parts. The 2 weeks we are going to cover it. So it will be useful for prelims also. We are going to the GS3. So 50% of internal security and economic development we are going to cover it. So take 50% of the syllabus, divided into 3 parts. We are fixing into schedule. And the GS3 Another component, environment and disaster management. It's a very important part for components for prelims also. So this can be divided into two parts and fixed into the schedule to complete it. And GS4, this is very important part of the ethics. So here we are taking thinkers and philosophers. So we can read about the thinkers and philosophers based on your interest and get some ideas and take some notes regarding them. It can be useful for mains examination. Here the reading of the thinkers and philosophers, you can take it as a relaxed reading between the schedule. Whenever you want to relax, just you can read it based on the your availability. Right, so this is the content of the mains examination topic for the schedule number 1. Now we are moving into the schedule, how the schedule looks. So this is schedule, right? So we are one day we are going to cover 4 hours of a GS mains and 4 hours of optional and 4 hours of preliminary examination prelims. So totally approximately we are planning for 12 hours of a study. So 12 hours of study is possible for a candidate, those who are reading very seriously. And if you are intensive study, if you are planning for 9 hours also, that's more than enough. But here we are saying is a 1/3 of the study will be scheduled for GS mains, 1/3 for optional, 1/3 for police examination based on the candidate's requirement. And the 4 hours, so here we are going to fix into two subjects, GS1 and GS2, GS3, GS4. So each and every week we are going to cover 2 GS papers. So each GS paper covers 2 hours, 2 hours and 2 hours of the study. So 2 hours of a world history, 2 hours of a governance. So among these 2 hours, how the 2 hours should be scheduled, this also will be given. See, 2 hours of a study in a day of a subject is divided into 1 hour 30 minutes for the preparation and 30 minutes for writing practice. So whatever you read here, so you are going to write a question and answer session. So writing like a mains examination for the writing practice. This is a very important component of the schedule. So 2 hours means not 2 hours completely you are preparing, taking book and reading, not like that. You have to prepare and write question and answer for the mains examination. So this is very important component of the schedule, right? And so when you are scheduling a week, so it's not like in 7 days we are going to prepare it, not a 7 days we are going to preparing it. We are preparing only for 6 days in a week, 6 days preparation week, and 1 day for test, 1 day for test. So when you are scheduling your preparation, even for the prelims or mains, whatever maybe, there should be 6 days of preparation, 1 day for test should be given. That's very important thing. We have to test ourselves and analyze it, how we are moving. Okay, now we look at how the syllabus has been fit into the weeks. The first week we given GS 1 and 2, second week 3 and 4, again first week 1 and 2, second week fourth week going to 3 and 4, and fifth week 1 and 2, as on it's going. So now we can see that how many parts it covers. As we have told, history of the world is in 2 parts. Now we can see history of the world is located in the first week and third week, and the governance is a 3 parts. Now you can see governance is fixed into 3 weeks, in the first week, third week, and is fixed into 9th week, right? And say internal security is a 3 parts. Now you can see internal security in the second week, internal security in the 4th week, and it is in the 6th week. In the same way, the 2 parts, it means going to be 2 weeks of preparation, 3 parts, 3 weeks of preparation. So such a way that the entire syllabus has been fit into the schedule for 10 weeks, right? So now we are moving on to the optional subject. In optional subject, the very important thing we are seeing is in every week you have to keep a test for 250 marks, that is 3 hours of a test. But in a GS we are not saying 3 hours of a test, that 30 minutes of a writing practice is enough for the mains examination, as we are practicing 250 mark test for 3 hours in the main optional is enough for the writing practice. Okay, now in optional what we can do, so optional we are going to prepare 4 hours in a day, maybe 2 hours for paper 1 and 2 hours for paper 2, right? So we can take up to 8 to 10 units of a optional subject. So combined tools are paper 1 is a 10 unit, paper 2 10 units, totally 20 units. So in that we can select up to 8 to 10 units based on the your comfortability, the optionals. Among the 8 to 10 units will be spread throughout the 10 weeks. So you can give a 1 unit per week, or maybe a totally 8 weeks per 8 units per 10 weeks. It can be fixed. So each and every topic when it's over, the very important thing we have to write a test, 250 marks for 3 hours. That's a very important part. So as we are specialists in geography, here we are given a complete schedule for a geography optional. Normally we start from climatology and geomorphology. Here we are giving some reverse process for the revision of the topics, because the students has been left out all the topics for a long day before. So just for a one revision. So we start from the paper number 1 from models and theories. So first week and second week, 2 weeks covers models and theories. So the more than 10 theories completely covered and write a test. And third week and fourth week we are moving to paper 2, the physical setting. That is a large topic of the paper 2. It's a very important and base unit. So for that unit, week number 3 and 4. Next fifth week it will be agriculture, and 6th unit is the resources, 7th is industries, 8th is international and transport and trade, and 9th week we are moving into paper 1, that's biogeography. 10th week we are moving into environmental geography, paper 1. So this biogeography and environmental geography is a very important component. It can be assist for prelims also. That's why it has been added into the syllabus. And very important thing, when you are preparing in the paper 2, is a very important component. You can note it down. There is a map work also has been added to that. So what are the topics you are preparing? Suppose you are preparing physical setting, so do map practice on the physical setting. When you are going for agriculture map practice, resource map practice. Based on that, the respective map practice should be done on the respective week. That is very important. And each and every unit, whenever the unit is over, then we are to writing a test for 250 marks, the complete test for the particular unit. Next we are moving on to the essay side. Essay is a very important component to score and get into this surveys. It's a single paper and it's having only 2 questions to get into 250 marks, and we need to practice for that also. So at present we can spend 2 weeks. We can spend 2 weeks for one essay. So it means in a 2 weeks, so at least spend 1 day to prepare an essay. So that is more than enough at present situation. So 2 weeks on essay. So 10 weeks we are going to prepare 5 essays before the prelims examination. This will give you a basic guidance and an introductory approach towards the essay after the prelims examination. Right. Now we are moving on to the preliminary section. So we are going to spend 4 hours in a day for a preliminary examination. For what purpose we are going to spend? We are going to spend one entire time for only one purpose, that is covering current affairs. So as the examination going to be conducted on October, so we can expect current affairs up to July end. So from where we can start? So normally we start from the June to July. So totally almost 13 months of a current affairs we need to prepare. You can expect up to July. So we cannot say current affairs will come only from June. So possibly it can come before that also, based on the importance of the event and significance related to the current affairs. Okay, we moving on to the current affairs section. So all 10 weeks we are going to prepare only current affairs for preliminary examination. It means almost entire current affairs we are going to prepare it in a day. 4 hours, it means it's 7 weeks in a day, 28 hours in a week we are going to spend for current affairs. So we are going to spend 10 weeks, so almost we are going to spend 280 hours for current affairs. It is more than enough time for completing entire current affairs for preliminary examination. So this is the schedule number 1, as we are preparing for both prelims and main schedule combined together up to August 15. Now we are moving to the schedule number 2. The schedule number 2, here we are going to prepare only prelims examination, only for preliminary examination. This starts from August 16th, after the Independence Day. Here we are make a first schedule, in that is a 5-week schedule. In 5-week schedule, we are going to concentrate on conventional part, and revising current affairs. Here the conventional parts are divided into different sections. Here history is divided into ancient India, medieval India, modern India into 2 components, and art and culture. So that's a 5 part of the history divided into 5 weeks, and economy into 3 weeks, divided into 3 component and 3 weeks. So polity into 3 component and 3 weeks, and geography divided into 2 component and 2 weeks. Environmental science and technology 2 component and 2 weeks. So how much going to be cover everything, you should decide. It means in ancient India we are going to cover in a 1 week. It means 6 days for preparation and 1 day for test and analysis. So test and analysis is given here. So weekly test and analysis is a must for subjects. So 6 days of preparation. So it means in the first week ancient India is given. So in ancient India we are dividing ancient India into 6 parts. So fix into schedule. So economy we are dividing economy into 3 component. So here, so economy first we are dividing into 1, 2, 3, and the first week of economy now dividing into 6 parts, second week into 6 parts, third week into 6 parts. So this is the way how we have to schedule it. If we schedule like that, not even single component of a subject will get messed up. So we completely revise everything, and we will know what topic and when we are going to do revision, right? So likewise, geography into 2 component, and we are fixed into 1 component into 1 week. And so each topic we are going to cover 2 hours. 2 hours of a subject. So here 2 hours, I'm saying if you are studying history for 2 hours and economy for 2 hours and geography for 2 hours, it means it's not compulsory you have to study completely continuously 2 hours history, continuously 2 hours for economy, continuously 2 hours geography. Not like that. You can go with the 1+1 schedule. What is 1+1? 1 hour history, 1 hour economy, 1 hour geography. Again 1 hour history, 1 hour economy, 1 hour geography. Like that we can move on. Because if how many times you are taking a book, you are splitting into the topics, it provides you a more retention capacity of the information. If you are studying at 2 hours continuously, in a first hour you will have 100% of retention capacity. In the second hour you will have only 80% of retention capacity. If you are studying the same subject for a third hour, now we will have only 60% of retention capacity. That is why we used to say each and 1 hour we have to change this subject. If we are changing subject, second hour we are changing the new subject. So we are studying a history. If you go geography here, again we will have a 100% retention capacity. We go economy, again 100% of retention capacity. Instead of studying a history, you can see combined over 180 and 240%. Here we'll get a 300%. That's a very important thing. We have to change the subject regularly between us to improve our retention capacity of the mind. And we are moving on to the CSAT section. The CSAT section, if you are well versed with CSAT, you can complete within a daily 1 hour practice, or if you need a little bit of practice, if you are a little bit weaker, then you can go to the class, or you can attend so many mentor section. So you can spend 2 hours in a day for CSAT. And current affairs, so whatever we have finished earlier schedule, That's schedule number 1. Now we are going to revise everything in this 5 weeks. So here I have given revise all the material whatever we have studied. I'm not saying about the topics, because we have come across many material during our preparation. Likewise, any institute materials or our own Hindu newspaper notes, or maybe some institute online materials, or some magazines, so anything maybe. So you list out everything and fix into the schedule, divide into all, so material into 5 parts, and fix into 5 weeks and complete it. So keep in mind, up to July end we have to cover entire current affairs. So this is the way how we are fixing our preliminary schedule, right? So just check it out. One day what we are going to do, you are going to cover 2 hours of history, 2 hours of economy, 2 hours of geography, 2 hours of CSAT, 2 hours of current affairs. Almost 10 hours in a day is an intensive preparation has been scheduled, right? So next we are moving on to the continuation of schedule number 2. Here we have a 16th week, the second week before the mains exam, preliminary examination. Here it is a reserve week. It's a reserve week. The reserve week is used to cover entire missed topic whatever in the previous schedule. So this is very very important area, because so during the schedule maybe you would have come to your home, or you may need some rest, or because some technical issues or some other issues you can miss some of the days on the preparation, so that days can be pushed to these weeks. Otherwise, if we don't have any reserve weeks, we will get tensed up because of we missed any topic. So we need to have some reserve days. This is the reserve week, just 2 weeks before the examination, so we can make use of this reserve week to complete entire reserve topics. Now we are moving into the last week just before the examination. This is a very important week. So during this week we cannot study anything extra, but we can do one thing. We can increase our confidence level. This is a very important work of this week. So how we can increase our confidence level? Normally students, what they can do during the last week, they try to crumble their work by keeping a large amount of a schedule, and they want to revise everything because to get a maximum score. Here, if suppose they messed up, they couldn't complete their revision within the stipulated week, they'll get tensed up before the examination day. So what they'll think, oh, we couldn't complete the schedule, so how I will go write the examination? They forget the entire preparation for the 1 year what they have done. So what we are doing yet, we cannot go for a week schedule. Here there is no week schedule. Here we have only daily schedule. What is daily schedule? So here you can see this is Sunday and Monday, like that we go on, and this is the examination. Examination is going to be a Sunday. Here what we could do, what we need to prepare on Monday, we should decide only on the Sunday night. Before sleeping you should decide. So what you should decide, you have to take all the subject like history, geography, economics, polity, current affairs, environment, general science. So everything, all the subject you list out. In all subject is an every one topic which can cover a maximum of 30 minutes to 1 hour. 30 minutes to 1 hour. Now you take all the books and list out and keep at home before sleeping. And next day once you get up, take the book, start to read history, geography, economics, polity, current affairs, environment and science. So read everything completely. So almost you have to spend maximum 7 hours in a day, and you are covered entire subject of your preparation. What is the point of doing like this? Means if you are reading a subject for 30 minutes or 1 hour, maybe any one topic, it look like that is it looks you are reading only one topic, but your mind, the pseudo psychology, what it does, entire history will get revised in students mind within that 1 hour. That is called refreshing entire brain, like a refreshing a computer. So when you're reading a 1 hour of a topic, suppose you are reading a plate tectonic in geography, so almost what are the geography you study, everything refreshed within your mind. If you are reading economics survey 1 unit, so entire economics whatever you read is going to be revised within yourself. So this is the way how we have to spend each and every day in the last week of the preparation. This is just before the examination week, each and every day. So Monday, then Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, each and every day we have to schedule only on the just before the night. Okay, so Monday schedule will be on the Sunday night, Tuesday schedule will be on the Monday night, and Wednesday schedule will be on the Thursday night. As on it should go on. We should not prepare for a week, because suppose if you're not able to prepare, maybe some technical issues, something happen, you cannot complete the topic. The next day will be free as such, so you can fix the topic in the next day. You are free from all the stress. It's a very easy to manage the preparation. And as to the last day, that's going to be a Saturday. The Saturday, as suppose you would have followed a 36 hours of a strategy, the 36-hour strategy will assist you how you can be calm on this Saturday. So no, you don't have any schedule, no schedule on the Saturday. That is why it's given here. So third, there is no schedule. So if you don't know anything, what is 36 of strategy, so wait for it. We are going to make a video on the that what is 36-hour strategy on the test and analysis. And this is the way the last week we are going to spend, and the third will be the test day, and the fourth going to be our master day. This is the schedule number 2 for exclusively preliminary examination. Next we are moving on to schedule number 3. After the prelims examination, what we can do after the prelims examination, prelims on 4th, so 5, 6, 7, 3 days is going to be a rest day, and we are starting schedule on 8th October. We are starting schedule on 8th October. Here we are going to divide the entire GS paper into 4 parts. Entire GS paper into 4 parts. If GS1 is a 4 part, so GS1 1, 2, 3, 4 part, and GS2 1, 2, 3, 4 part. Next GS3 is a 4 part, and GS4 is a 4 part. Why we are dividing into 4 components? Because all the papers will be fixed into 4 weeks. Here you can see GS1 is given 4 weeks. Week number 1, week number 3, week number 5, and week number 7. So there are 4 weeks have been fixed. Same way, GS number 4 is fixed in GS number week number 1, and week number 3, week number 5, and week number 7. As it has been fixed. So the entire unit of the GS1 divided into 4 component, so fixed into each and every week. The same way, so we can cover all the 4 papers in 8 weeks. So 2 weeks we are going to cover 2 papers. We are going to spend 2 hours in a day per paper. That means 4 hours we are spending for GS mains examination, GS mains syllabus. Next 4 hours we are going to spend for optional subject. As we have completed 8 to 10 units in the schedule number 1, remaining 10 to 12 units we are going to cover here. So entire 8 weeks we are going to cover 10 to 12 units of the remaining optional subjects, and it should be along with the 250 marks test. 250 marks text. As we are given a geography optional syllabus already in the schedule number 1, so remaining components we are giving the schedule number 3. So paper 1 starts from we are starting oceanography, and in the first week, and second week economic geography, third week paper number 1 and 2 combined population settlement, and week number 4 paper number 1 and 2 combined regional planning, and week number 5 is a paper 1 climatology, and 6 geomorphology. And seventh week, paper 2, contemporary issues and political aspects. The last one, the very important topic, that is perspective in human geography. So now we can ask, why we are given the large unit, the climatology, geomorphology, contemporary issues, and human geography, the perspective human geography, everything in the end of this schedule. Because if these are the units, will take a maximum amount of time in your preparation. Once you start with this, it consumes maximum amount of time. Then we think of, oh, we have spent much amount only for lesser units. We have more number of units left out, and it leads to little bit demotivation. So we can cover smaller units in the beginning. It looks we have covered more number of units, and we can go into the major unit at the end. We can finish it up at the end. We can directly go into the examination with a fresh and clear memory. And each and every unit also clubbed with the map practice. So map practice related to the particular unit. And very important thing, each and every mains exam preparation should go with the 250 marks test, even it's in GS or in the optional paper. Each and every week is going to for a test. Here when you're going for a test, so now in a week we'll have a 1 2 3 4 5 days only we can go for a preparation day. It's a preparation, and 6th and 7th day for test. One day for a GS, in another day for optional. So when we are scheduling for a GS 1 and 2 and optionals, so we have to schedule everything within a 5 days. And 6th and 7th will be a test and analysis. Is a very important component, how we are progressing, and we have to retrieve ourselves to get into the good score. And moving to the essay component, now we have to write every week one essay. So based on the previous year question, or maybe any test questions, you have to write in each and every week one test and correct it with mentor and check your progress. And here we have 8 weeks. We are going to cover 8 essay test. So already we have covered 5 essays in the schedule number 1. 5 essays schedule number 1. Now we have 8. Almost we are going to cover minimum 13 essays before the prelims examination. And we are moving to the current affairs component. Now current affairs, what already we have studied in the prelims examination and we have revised it. Now we have to just add up the 3 months of current affairs plus whatever studied, we have to revise it. So for that we have 8 weeks of schedule, and up to November we have to cover the current affairs. So schedule your revision and preparation. So preparation of the 3-month current affairs and revision of already studied current affairs should be scheduled in the 8 weeks. So this is how your preparation will go on. So during the mains preparation, your total work hours day will be 4 hours of GS, 4 hours of optional, 4 hours of current affairs, almost maybe 1 hour for a essay. Almost going to be a 13 hours day of preparation intensively. After the 8 weeks, okay, after the 8 weeks, here we are moving on to the 9th and the 10th week. Here we have a 2 weeks. We given it for left out topics, because we already given a very tight schedule for the preparation. If suppose if any topic is missed over here, the topics can be carried forward to the left out unit. So in the schedule itself, what you can do, when you are in the 7th week you are reading GS number 1, you are reading it. Suppose any one topic is missed it, okay, one topic missed it, you take the topic and write it here itself as a missed one. This is a topic number 1. Same way, so when you are reading in a 3rd week in a GS number 4, suppose you missed any one topic, maybe topic number Aristotle. Okay, Aristotle you are planned to study but you couldn't study. Now you can you can write out here itself. So Aristotle is missed out. So same way, when you come at the end of the 8th week, we'll have a schedule for 9th week, because whatever you have missed up already you are written here in the prelims, in a GS and optionals. So both you will write here. So what are the missed up in the political aspects? If I missed Indo-China border issue, here we can write Indo-China border issue. So just again revise it here. Same way it go on. So what are the topics you missed it? just you fixed up. The same way, what are topics you missed up in the 9th week, you can add up in the 10th week. It's a very important thing, right? And now when you go to the optionals, here we have something different kind of approach other than the missed topic. Okay, other than the missed topic, what we are suggesting it, we complete a 5 units from the paper 1 and 5 units from the paper 2. Complete revise it everything before the 9th and the 10th week. Because what about, sir, in paper 1 we have a 10 units, paper 2 we have a 10 units. If we cover 5 units, what will happen to the remaining 5 units? The remaining 5 units will have the date just before the optionals. Just before the optionals. Normally we have a 1 week of normally it's a 5 days. Normally a 5 days of a gap before the optional paper, so we can revise it, the remaining 5 units in the region during the period. So the 5 units of the paper 1 and paper 2, you can completely revise it. You can free from your mind, because almost you have 50% of syllabus on your hand, whenever you can write. And we go to the 11th week, is a final revision of a selected topics based on expected topic and the most important topic. Like what are the topics you are listed out, just given a revision on the 11th week. That is GS and optional. And this is a reserve week. If anything is messed up in the schedule, you can go into the reserve week. And the last week before the examination, the same way as in the prelims in the first week and the first schedule, and second same in the second schedule. Each and every day we have to cover all the papers, and each paper at least should cover 1 hour of the preparation, right? So 1 hour of preparation should be covered. So in optional, each paper 1 hour, paper 2 1 hour. So here when you go to 4 GS papers, so 4 hours of GS and 2 hours of optional, 6 hours of study is compulsory. Along with that, minimum 2 hours of writing practice. The last week is very important, right? And 7th, that is just before the exam, there is no schedule. It's a free day, and 8th will be the examination day. So this is the way how we proceed with our new schedule for preliminary and mains examination 2020. Hope all of you understood. Any queries, contact us. If you want to download the new revised preparation schedule, go to the description and follow the link. The forthcoming sessions in our institute, optional geography, both classroom and test starts from June last week, and GS geography, GS ethics, integrated and aptitude, disaster management. These 3 courses starts from July 1st week. Thank you.